What's going on, guys? I once heard Sean Stevenson say that the bedroom is meant for only two things, and they both start with S, one of them being sleep, and I'll let you figure out what the other one is. And I really thought this was interesting because I think a lot of times we start doing more things in the bedroom than in those two other things, sleep and the other thing. And this can be really disruptive to our sleep. And one thing I've tried to hone in on in my life is to just do those two things in the bedroom, because there was a point in my life where I wasn't getting great sleep and I was trying to figure out the best things to do to get great sleep. And that was one of them. And so I tried to only just do those two things in the bedroom. And there's some reasoning behind it. So I'm going to read this to you. It's a good rule of thumb to use the bedroom primarily for sleep and sex because it leverages a powerful psychological concept called classical conditioning to train your brain to rest. A core element of good sleep hygiene is designed to create a strong, exclusive mental association between your bedroom and sleep, which makes it much easier to fall asleep quickly and stay asleep. The psychology of association. Your brain is highly effective at forming associations between environments and effective activities. When you use your bed in your bedroom for stimulating activities, that association can interfere with sleep. Positive association, sleep and sex. When the only things you do in the bed are sleep and sex, the environment becomes a reliable cue for relaxation and intimacy. Your brain learns that simply being in bed means it's time to shut down. This shortens the time it takes to fall asleep, sleep latency. Negative association, work, worry, screens. When you use your bed for activities that cause stress, focus, or arousal, or high arousal, your brain forms different association. Now, what I'll say is, I know that sex can be highly arousing, but it also can be relaxing. So totally get it. I know that's maybe something not everybody can do in their bed, but hey, everybody teach their own on that. Work/studying causes your brain to associate the bed with problem solving, deadlines, and high level cognitive work. Watching TV and scrolling exposes your eyes to stimulating the blue light and engaging content, which suppresses the sleep hormone melatonin and increases alertness. Worrying and planning. The bed becomes a place where your mind rehearses stressful thoughts, making it difficult to relax and quiet your brain. Now, with all those things being said, and those are all true, I know that the bed can feel very, very comfortable, and it can be a safe place for you to be like, oh, I can get on my phone, I can scroll, or I can do work in the bedroom, or I can do these things, do this, that, and the other. But you're training your brain and body to not see the bed as somewhere where you just sleep. And it could affect your sleep. So if you're having trouble sleeping, then maybe that's something you can work on and say, you know what, I'm not going to do any work in my bed. I'm not going to look at my phone in my bed. I'm just going to, I use my phone as an alarm, but I turn it on airplane mode, so it's not going to wake me up. And I know not everyone can do that because you have certain obligations, but if it's a choice of saying, I can be on my phone or not be on my phone in my bed, don't be on your phone in your bed, because you're training your brain to think that it's good to be alert in the bed. So if you struggle with insomnia, avoiding these activities can help extinguish the negative associations and strengthen the desire to mean bed equals sleep. And here's a practical application. If you find yourself awake and unable to sleep, worrying, tossing, turning for more than 20 minutes, sleep experts recommend getting out of bed and going to a different dimly lit room to engage in relaxing, non-stimulating activity like reading or physical book. This technique prevents your brain from forming the negative association with bed equals wakefulness, frustration, and reinforces the simple, clear rule: the bedroom is sleep or intimacy and nothing else. And that is tough. I know that's tough if you're not feeling like you're super sleepy, like just laying in bed is so relaxing. You're like, I just want to fall asleep. There's been a few times where I've gotten up, I've gone to the living room, and I've gotten on my phone. I've gotten on my phone and sat on the couch for like 30 minutes to an hour, and then I've gone back into the bed, and then I've fallen asleep. It doesn't always happen like that, but you have to train your brain and body to think that the bed is just a great place to go, to lay down, to fall asleep, to not worry about anything. And I'm not saying it always happens, because I still worry about stuff and I don't get great sleep, even though I'm not on my phone when I'm in the bed. But it does help. It can be very helpful. So that's it. Try to prevent yourself, or in order to prevent yourself from not getting great sleep in the future, get off those devices, only use the sleep for those two S words, and get after it, guys. Thanks a lot.